Hey, how's it going? How is it going? Oh, it's going. It feels like a Monday, but it's Sunday. I don't know. I feel like every time I come on here, I say it feels like a Monday or it's Monday. Um, it's Sunday. It's a good, relaxing, chill day. It's a good day to talk about books, although you're probably not going to see this on Sunday, but you can just pretend it's Sunday. Okay. I got my cup of coffee. It's my cup, my favorite cup my sister got me. Little dogs. She got it for my birthday. My birthday is February 5th, so it's always the same month as Valentine's Day, so we like to do little heartsies for my birthday, and then we do heartsies for Valentine's. Anyway, it's just a black cup of coffee. I tried some coffee earlier and it didn't go well, so we had to throw that out. This is just black, Green Mountain, dark magic. Anyway, if you hear a little noise in the background, my mom's cooking macaroni salad today for lunch, and we have leftover tacos from last night, so I don't know how that's going to go together, but it might. Anywho, and the dogs might bark because they've been barking all morning, and that's how we're doing here. And so today's video, I'd like to talk about my March TBR. Now, I had attempted a video earlier about my March TBR, and then I realized I forgot to say anything about what the books were about, which is very important to me, because if you just see a title and who it's by, who cares? Although sometimes I do judge a book by its cover, and I will get the book just the way the cover looks. I mean, I'm sure other people out there do it too. You know who you are. Anyway, cheers. Let's get going here. Looking out my window, you might hear my neighbors are working in their yard, which is good. I should be out working in my yard, but I'm not. It's another one of those days that I should be doing stuff, and I don't want to. I want to do books. So we're doing books. And so let me start with I guess the list of books I have that I want to, read in March. And got to put the glasses on here because we're old and we can't see anymore. Well, for reading anyway. And they're fogging up. Because I'm a little hot. I just had brunch. Did a few things. Got up and down. Okay, enough of that. I combed my hair to the other side today, seeing how that would go. Anyway, enough of the nonsense. This is March's TBR. And so what I have on the list is not necessarily reading them in this order. I have All the Missing Girls by Megan Miranda, A Flicker in the Dark by Stacey Willingham, The Guest List by Lucy Foley. I say Foley. I don't think it's Folly, but I say Foley. Women Talking by Miriam Toes. And I have an ebook already in my cart. It's Fractured by Karen Slaughter, which is the second Will Trent book. I really enjoyed the first one, and I want to keep moving along with those. I have so many series that I've started, and I've kind of stopped. That there's a couple of them that I'm actually going to be starting over because I've totally forgotten the whole gist of most of the books. So, and then the next book I have in my cart, in my online book cart, is The Crow Trap by Anne Cleves. It's a British novelist, and that one has a British TV show that started. It's called Vera, and the character in that is Vera Stanhope, and we'll get to that in a minute. And then the next two are audiobooks that aren't ready yet. It says I have two more weeks, but it might get done. They might be ready early. I don't know. I hope. But they'll definitely be for March. It's Pet Sematary by Stephen King, which is also on my 24 for 24 TBR. And Beartown by Frederick Backman. I heard about this, some good reviews on this one, and I thought I'd give it a shot. So, for, let's go with, my glasses are fogging up. Personal issues. Maybe I could do, no, I cannot. I was going to say, maybe I could do it without the glasses. Nope, I'm going to read. So, first book, I'm going to grab the physical books I have, and then we'll go over the online and the audio. I just had brunch, so I think I made a mess. If I have stains on my shirt, I'm sloppy. The first book is A Flicker in the Dark by Stacy Willingham. Okay, I got all these physical books I have. I got from the Goodwill too. So this one is about. It says, when Chloe Davis was 12, 6 teenage girls went missing in her small Louisiana town. By the end of the summer, her own father had confessed to the crimes and was put away for life, leaving Chloe and the rest of her family to grapple with the truth and try to move forward with dealing with the aftermath. It says, now, 20 years later, Chloe is a psychologist in Baton Rouge and getting ready for her wedding when she finally has a fragile grasp on the happiness she's worked so hard to achieve. She sometimes feels out of control of her own life as the troubled teens who are her patients. So when a local teenage girl goes missing and then another, that terrifying summer comes crashing back. Is she paranoid, seeing parallels from her past that aren't actually there? Or for the second time in her life, is Chloe about to unmask a killer? Dun dun dun. So that seemed really interesting. Plus, I found this audio on YouTube. I think it's still there. Sometimes they put audio books up on YouTube and they take them down. Probably copyright. Probably, I don't know. They can only leave them up for so long. But I was going to start this on the YouTube audio, but I didn't, and I ended up finding the book at Goodwill. And that is, I think I got that in February. So that'll be on when I do my February book hauls that I got in February. I'll be doing that probably sometime in the beginning of March, and showing the books that I got in February, and I think that was one of them. And so the next 2 books I had on my February TBR. So the February TBR went a little slow because I got a little obsessed with getting books off the Libby app and doing some ebooks and some audiobooks, and I stayed focused on those, and I didn't focus on my actual physical books that I had put on my TBR for February. So a couple of those I'm going to roll over into March because I do still want to read them. So I've kind of minimized my physical book TBR or ebooks to be like 4 or 5 physical or ebooks at a time, and do at least I can do at least 4 audiobooks, so that way in the daytime I can listen to an audio and at night I'll read the book. So kind of be like half and half, and I know I hopefully, cross your fingers, that I'll be able to get through it in March. But this next one was on February TBR that I didn't get to, and we're rolling it over to March, which is the guest list, at least fully. And this one has a very short synopsis on the back. It's just I don't know what that is. Oh, what is that? Excerpt from the hunting party. Oh, so you have a little excerpt in the end, and then you have a reading group guide. Okay. And a picture of Lucy, acknowledgement. So the whole book total is 312 pages. 313. A little bit on 313. Anyway, so this book says, an exclusive wedding on a remote Irish island. The bride, the +1, the best man, the wedding planner, the bridesmaid. All have a secret, all have a motive, but only one is a murderer. Sounds a little bit like, well, maybe just a teensy bit. And then There Was None by Agatha Christie. But I think I've heard that referenced with this. Obviously, it's different, and there's not as many people. But anyway, that one, really excited about this one. I've been wanting this for a while, since like the fall of last year. I think I heard about this, and I've been wanting to read it. So, yeah. Oh, and then the Flicker in the Dark book is, it looks like it's a chunkier book, but it's a smaller book. Smaller, well, it looks the same. Anyway, it's a little smaller. And there's a little blurb for, in the back, all the dangerous things. There's a little preview. But this looks like A Flicker in the Dark is 389 pages, not a full 389. Anyway, and the next one was also on my February TBR that I didn't get to. I wanted to, so we're rolling it over to March, and that's Women Talking by Miriam Toews. Hope I'm saying her name right. I think I am. Anyway, that was a movie that came out a few years ago, maybe. So this was one evening, 8 Mennonite women climb into a hayloft to conduct a secret meeting. For the past 2 years, each of these women and more than 100 other girls in their colony has been repeatedly violated in the night by demons coming to punish them for their sins. Now that the women have learned they were in fact drugged and attacked by a group of men from their own community, they are determined to protect themselves and their daughters from future harm. While the men of the colony are off in the city attempting to raise enough money to bail out the rapists and bring them home, these women, all illiterate, without any knowledge of the world outside their community, unable even to speak the language of the country they live in, have very little time to make a choice. Should they stay in the only world they have ever known, or should they dare to escape? Based on the real events and told through the minutes of the Women's All-Female Symposium, Toe's masterful novel uses wry, politically engaged humor to relate this tale of women claiming their own power to decide. I know I first heard about this through the movie that was coming out, and I didn't know it was a book. And then when I seen this, I actually just seen it at Goodwill where I got this, and I was like, oh yeah, I hadn't seen the movie. I haven't seen the movie yet at all. So I thought this would be a good read. And then after this, I may watch the movie because I can't remember her name. This one lady's in it. She was in the TV show. Oh no, she was in the movie Fargo. I think one of the actors, she might be the main character that's in the movie, was in the movie Fargo. Francis, I don't know. Apparently, I forget names a lot. But yeah, so that one was one of my February TBR, but that we rolled over to March. And this next one is All the Missing Girls by Megan Miranda. Also got the book at Goodwill. So this one I heard about through BookTube too. Actually, all of these except for the women talking, I haven't heard anybody talk about it on BookTube, but these other ones I have. So All the Missing Girls, and this one, there we go. It's like a little, I'm gonna assume just looking at the cover, these girls go missing when they go to the county fair or something. That's just a guess because it has a Ferris wheel, but I could and probably am wrong. But anyway, that's the gist of, there's some fair or carnival in town, maybe. I don't know. Summertime, I have no idea. But we're going to find out here just right now. It's been 10 years since Nicolette Farrell left Cooley Ridge. 10 years since she broke up with Tyler, the man she thought she'd marry. 10 years since her best friend, Corinne, disappeared, never to be heard from again. When the call comes that her father is ailing, Nick is living in Philadelphia, light years away from her younger self. She drops everything to care for her dad, but within days of her return, another girl goes missing, and Nick experiences a terrifying sense of deja vu. As Nick works to unravel what happens to the missing girl, shocking truths emerge about her neighbors, her family, and what really happened to Corinne that night 10 years ago. So, yeah, that's that. And Megan Miranda, obviously, I have several of her books now that I want to get to, none of which is listed on the back of this. But it says Megan Miranda grew up in New Jersey. She graduated from MIT. Well, she's a really smart girl. And lives in North Carolina with her husband and 2 children. Okay, well, she's a smart writer. That's great. Yeah, so that's The Missing Girls. And then the books I don't have the synopsis. We'll put up a picture though and tell you what I know about it. So let's see here. Let's get the ones I just talked about out of the way. And the ones I do know about, I don't know about that one. I don't really remember that one. Okay, the ones I know about. So I have the ebook in my cart on my online library, Fractured by Karen Slaughter. That is the second book in the Will Trent series. And this second book, so there's a TV series, Will Trent, on ABC. I think it comes on Tuesdays, maybe 8 o'clock. It's on ABC, or you can get it. I don't know if they have the new season episodes on Hulu, but the last season has been on Hulu. But Fractured is, yeah, like I said, the second book in the Will Trent. And so the TV series, the first episode of the first season, the way it started out, what I read about Fractured is where the TV show picks up from book 2 of the series. So the way, if you watch the show, it started out, there was the teenage girl is her mom comes home and finds her dead in the girl's dead in her room. And I'm just going by what I've seen on the TV show, so this could be a little different. Comes home, the mom finds her, and then there's a guy, a young man who is in the house, and they fight and they wrestle down the stairs anyway, and she calls her husband and he calls the police. So the police come, and then they find out that the girl in the dad wants to identify her. The girl in the room is not his actual daughter. It was a friend of the daughter, so the daughter's missing. So that's what how the TV show started. The season 1, episode 1. So when I read a little bit of the book online, it started out that there's in this community, it's an affluent community. Parents have some money. And so that's how it starts out, that a girl is murdered at this house. This mom finds her. And that's all I just read a little bit about the book online. So that told me that it followed what the season started with. So that's book 2 of the ebook. And the next one, I've seen the movies and I've known about this book for a long time. But I have the audio in my cart, my library online cart, Pet Sematary by Stephen King. This is also my on my 24 books for 2024 list. And I'm excited to get to read this one because I've wanted to read it for a long time, and I never have. And I did like the first movie that came out. I think it was in the late 80s. I think it's when I want to say 89, but I'm not really sure. And I can't remember when he first originally wrote this story, Stephen. But I'm excited about this one. Of course, it's called Pet Cemetery, but there's these people move to town. This man, he's a doctor. I thought he was a doctor. And him and his family, and he finds out, like, behind their house somewhere, there's this old pet cemetery that people take their pets, and then sometimes the pets come back, and they're just not quite right. So the movie was really good. I really liked it. So I'm going to assume and it's I love Stephen King stories. So, and this is considered a classic, I think. Well, to me, it's considered a classic, even though I don't know when he wrote it. But anyway, I have that on audio. That's not quite ready yet. It's still on hold. It says I have 2 weeks. Hopefully I'll get it early, but I'll definitely get it to be able to listen to it in March. And the next one I have on hold, that it is also 2 weeks out, is the audio for Beartown by Frederick Backman. That one I don't know much about. I've heard about it over BookTube, and I was really interested in listening, reading, whatever, however I could get it. And I've heard quite a few people said it's really a really emotionally hard read, I guess, just because of the plot of the story is a girl is assaulted by, I don't know if it's one or more, I think it's hockey players in this small town. And so it's about that. That's about all I know about it, but I was interested in getting that one, and that one's on hold. So I have 2 weeks for Pet Cemetery and Beartown. And then the next one I have an audio for that I have available right now is The Crow Trap by Anne Cleves. And I first came up, and her main character is Vera Stanhope, who is I say British detective. I'm not sure which, I can't remember which area of Britain. I think it's England. I don't think it's Wales, but it's somewhere coastal. Anyway, I heard about Vera Stanhope through the British TV series Vera, which I came across, and I've watched most of the series of that. I really like it. I really like that series. Like, again, it's a British TV show series, and Vera's a detective, a cop. I think they call her inspector, maybe. I'm not sure what her exact title is. I just say detective, but she might be higher up than what we call a detective. But yeah, she's a seasoned lady. She's seasoned as far as she's not in her 20s or 30s anymore. She's been a cop for quite a while. She's good at her job. She's smart. I like her wit, and like I said, I'm just going off of, I haven't read this is the first book in the series, so I haven't read any of those, but I'm just going off by the TV show, the character that this actress, Brenda Blevin, I believe is her name, plays this character. I just love Brenda playing this character. I love it, love it, love it. And she's just great. So I know from that, I thought, well, I probably love the books even more. So that is about just basically this Vera is the main character, and she's a detective that goes around solving these crimes, which is most of the time is a murder, I believe. But anyway, I can't remember the name of the British town, but I'll find out when I read the book. But anyway, so those are the ones I have for March. So right now I have one audio ready and one ebook ready and 2 audios waiting, and I could probably fit in one more audio, but I haven't figured out what I want to get. So that is that. That's my TBR for March. And I hope to get through them all. So there's 4. That's right now I have 8. Right now I have 8. If I pick another audio, then I'll have 9 books for March. But who knows? I just get a wild hair sometimes and I go off the path and go on to another book. So right now I'm still working on my February TBR. Like I said, some of these are rollovers, and then there's 2 more that I didn't get to in February, which is Fanny Flags, The Whole Town's Talking, and what was the other one? Whole Town's Talking, Fanny Flag, and I think it was, golly, I thought I had another one. I know I didn't get to that. But anyway, doesn't matter. We'll get to it. We're going to get to it. But where I'm at with, I'm 41% through of the ebook of The Highway by C.J. Box, which is the second book in the Cody Hoyt / Cassie Duell series. I think they also call it the Highway series. I'm not sure. This is it's a Montana detective, and just that type of Montana, Colorado, Wyoming area. And the second book follows these. This is also turned into a TV series, Big Sky. That's also on ABC, actually. I don't remember when that comes on. But the TV series, the book I'm reading now, the number 2 book, these 2 girls go missing, and this trucker has kidnapped them and is gonna, I think, try and sell them, sex trafficking type thing. 2 young girls that are coming to meet this Detective Cody's son. They had met earlier in book 1, and so these 2, the one main girl, her and Cody have been, the son Justin, have been like girlfriend and boyfriend, And so she's wanting to come for Thanksgiving to visit him, and she's got her sister, a younger sister with her too, and their car breaks down. And anyway, there's this trucker. Not all truckers are bad. Most truckers are good. This particular trucker is not a good trucker. Just a note. But where was I? So anyway, so the TV series, it starts on, again, just like Will Trent, it starts on where book 2 is, where the TV show starts. It starts off with book 2. I don't know why they keep skipping book 1. I don't know. Why wouldn't you start, if you're going to do a TV series, why wouldn't you do book 1 and then go like follow? But I don't know. I'm not a TV series writer. I don't know why they do that. But anyway, so I'm reading this. I'm 41%. Like I said, this is the ebook. It's not an audio. It's an ebook. And I still haven't finished Hollywood Wives. I was thinking when I finish this ebook, it's due in a couple of days. So I should have that done. And I'll have a little bit, maybe 4 days left of February that maybe I can finish the Hollywood Wives. If not, we'll just continue it. We'll just finish it when I finish it. Like, you know, I'll keep reading it. And it'll probably be like at the beginning of March when I finish it, if I don't get it by the end of the month. So I did finish The Last Final Girl, End of Watch, Don't Fear the Reaper, and The Outsider. I did finish those. And I just have these 2 left for February. And then we're moving on to March. And I hope you have a good day. It's Sunday here. Probably not. You're not going to see this till like a Tuesday. So that's my hopefuls for March TBR. They all look very interesting to me. I mean, I read books because they're interesting to me. I don't know why I would read a book that, well, take that back. In college, you had to read books that probably weren't interesting. But, yeah. So I could see reading a book that's not in it because you had to. But actually, when I went to college. No, I went back to college as not a young student, and it's been about, I graduated in 2014. We'll just say that. So I was an older student, a seasoned student, and I got my degree in history. So I did read a lot of books, and a lot of them actually, because I'm a history geek. A lot of them were interesting to me. So, but then we did have books that, you know, didn't interest me. But that's the way it goes, you know, with college. Sometimes, even if it's your major and you have a lot of books that you're interested in, so you're going to get books that you're not just interested in that you have to read. But that's school. And I'm done now. I graduated. Thumbs up. So that's March. Have a good one. We'll see you back here. Maybe in a week. I should have something going up for Saturday, Sunday. So this should be going up on a Tuesday. And then Saturday, I forget what I'm doing, but there'll be a video that's probably not a book video on Saturday. But anyway, have a good one. Good luck this week, huh?